Have you ever seen a Kickstarter which just fails? Well, this is one of them. Now, I was watching one of those lovely other video channels going through this Kickstarter. Pointing at this Kickstarter. It already has failed. Well, the idea is it's a monster unrestricted evolution RPG. It already has ended, and as you see, it should have gotten quite a bit of money, but it didn't. Only $6. That's pretty bad. So what is it about? It's an open world RPG about monsters that have no restrictions of evolution. The pen already coming up. It is a third-person, fixed camera PvE 8 versus 8 action RPG about monsters, beasts, and humanoids that evolve from special powers. The game is intended to be iOS and Android. Okay, now let's see how much they wanted. 800,000. They got 6. 2 backers. It's technically not dead, but you know, if they say it should come out in March, it doesn't. The core value of this game is giving females, particularly girls over 14, males can play too, a break from the patriarchal RPGs. This game is very feministic. Female humanoid monsters are usually not vain, are awesome, have realistic bodies, e.g. saggy boobs are common, and are not usually sexualized. I don't know what I'm reading, but this is insane. There will be no support for slut shaming for either sex, however. 98% of humanoid races have long hair, pointed chins, thick semi-long eyelashes, prominent butts, thin waists, long legs, broad shoulders, masculine voices, and vanity? What are you making? I know what you're making, you're grifting, but this is not something anybody will buy. Males won't buy this game. Females, they also kinda like eye candy, they like to look beautiful. I mean, all this feministic cornering, the angle of it just is not working. This is not a product which will sell. Also, regardless of sex, they are diverse. Yet they all already have this basic build. Very diverse. Some have yellow 4-color hair and dark skin. Others have wavy black hair and mild tan. Some have violet eyes with very pale skin, and so on. So pretty much every basic MMO options. Well, I'm not saying every MMO has a lot of options, but a lot of MMOs do have a very nice setup of options. Different hairs, different skin colors, different eye colors. Some really go deep. There will be uncloseted, benevolent, and not killed off in storyline LGBTQ characters. Okay, cool. And I mean, for a character requires a world to function in. You cannot just create something and says, well, it's LGBTQ, so you have to support it. You also need to offer quality. You need to offer a good story in the world. Let's go further. Player character. The player character is going to be human female. Okay. I can accept that. There's no problem. See? If it fits the story, it fits the story. Male options may be added later as this game becomes very popular with males. Yeah, about that. Not gonna happen. However, the player can evolve into a monster by maybe potions of harvesting energies. Do you even know the system you want to use? If you are on Kickstarter, you need to know the system you are going to use. You are asking us money. That is like registering a business and saying that, well, we're just gonna, repair bikes, and not having a shop or any training or any schooling or business degree or anything, or even money. This is just bad. Maybe potions or harvesting energies. Don't you even have half the idea what system you are going to use? This is business 101. If you're gonna sell yourself, you need to show something. Let's go further. Okay, monster types. Beast. Obviously, how many MMOs and worlds like that don't have beast? Plant. I can see. X-Folk. Is it alien? What is X-Folk? And yeah, I leave that open. Maybe it's very interesting. The Fee. Yes, Fee, of course. Why not? Demon kind. Yep, angel kind. Yep, Other. Other. Is Other a monster type? Or is Other just the box you put the character, the designs you don't have anything for yet? Don't get me wrong, if you make an MMO or a story or anything and you need something alien or outsiders, that is no problem. That can be very interesting from a story point of view. Monster classes. I'm beginning to notice something, by the way. Ranged soldier. Melee soldier. Okay. So you got a ranged class and a melee class already. Spellcaster. Is the spellcaster. Performer. Is that some kind of magic? Yeah, possible. And free. EA no restrictions. So pretty much a mix and match whatever you want class. Are some of the intended types. Interesting, I say. Some monsters, sans free, will have multiple classes, which means that some classes, monsters which are not free, can do melee and ranged or spellcasting and melee and stuff like that. Okay, I see where you're going. It's a combination thing, which also is very nice. Though in many MMOs, they actually give you a beginning class, and then later around level 20 or something like that, you have a choice. Do you want to become a battle caster, or do you want to become a healing caster, or do you want to become a, you usually get a choice, a branching path, so you can play different types. Some of the most interesting MMOs out there actually have 2 points where you make a choice. That means that you have, like, if you take all the accounts of the other choices, sometimes up to 200 different types of characters you can play. Sounds good, but in fact only about 8 of them are actually effective for the end game. So it's sometimes choice is bad. Sometimes choice is good. Go on, shall we? What I see here is that the humans, as I say, however humans, while almost free class can be spellcaster class, this technically means that in their system ID, you have to turn into a monster to get powers or a class. Very Ben 10, that's the first thing. And second, it's not a stupid idea. I've seen it done in some JRPGs I played. And it's kind of fun to do. So that's not a stupid idea. Mon elements. There are 18 intended elements with 4 groups. Okay, can deal with that. Right. Hydr, which just means looking at the names. Air, hydrate water, splashing, freezing, and dusking. I don't know what dusking is, but whatever. Pair group is fire, of course. Burning, flashing, and dawning. Oh, water is connected to the moon, dusk, and fire is to the sun, dawn. I get it. I get where you're going. What do you have? Geo group, which is earth, embracing, glinting, crushing, enduring, sprouting, and sickening. Okay. Okay, I can see crushing, enduring, and sprouting. Even embracing. Not sure what glinting means. Or sickening. And air. I'm not gonna call it air. Billowing. Pondering? Distilling? Enchanting? Okay. Ticking. Pleasing? You have... What are all of these things? Oh boy. Look, when I'm busy with a story or something creation content, yes, there is a draft zero phase. A phase in which you just write down whatever idea you have. And then you do something else and sleep over it. That's the magic trick. Then you go back in the second day and you begin to really weed through what you have done. You begin to cut it out and cut it out and then cut it out and then cut it out. Like, no, I'll regroup this into this. This system seems bad. First of all, air and geo has the most powers, seemingly. Well, water and fire don't. Now, if you really want to do something good, you would use a week of time to rebalance these things and make sure they all have a decent amount of skills. Also, that skills make sense, because half of these things make no sense. I mean, it's almost like this person has played some kind of JRPG and is just taking whatever, right? There is a rock, paper, scissors set. If a monster has multiple elements, their strengths and weaknesses will be decided by the first element they have. Okay, so that's the Pokemon effect. Metamorphosis, all monsters as blobs, which are like all moms can purchase in a Monstore. Monstore, they're gonna be stored in a system. That's nice, you can buy stuff with money. Mon hire for humanoids. A surprise battle reward, so that's a loot box. Okay, this is gonna be such a bad... It's not gonna happen this game. Metamorphosis, evolution is semi-random. That's the Pokemon thing, but Pokemon's is not semi-random. Pokemon evolutions are guided. There are a few small random little spots here and there at most. And determined by element and current rank. So goblins can turn into trolls or gargoyles. Gargoyles become horned devil. Is it the branching system again? Yeah. This is just the class A can become B or C, but only C could... Oh joy, this is just a mess. I mean, I can see where the length of play of a system like this could be, because let's say you have a goblin and it turns into a troll instead of a gargoyle. But you want a troll. You want a gargoyle. Or horned devil. I mean, jeez Louise, this is just not going to work. I mean, in a good game developed by a good company, that works. It's kind of the end game idea of gotta catch them all the different vibes. This system doesn't work. Metamorphosis web, as any monster can turn in nearly any monster. Okay, this is not gonna work for you either. Although it's probably involved in another at the same time. So you're gonna say that a fire monster can turn into a water monster by random? And why the hell would I want that monster in my team? Because I kind of plan things. Too much random kills games. And all monsters can become the strongest monster with enough work. Yeah, about that, I don't see it. Because again, the systems don't work like that. rock, paper, scissors. And you still can be the strongest. There are balances in systems like these. You cannot just create things like that. Okay. Where the hell are we now? Over 300 monsters. Because I'm not gonna call them mons. Available launch. It won't launch, so you won't get it. Seeing that wrongs above. Out of battle. As I've read before, the games tend to be third-person view with fixed camera, because that's work. I know. When out of battle, the player can explore an open world in various eras. I feel pain coming up. Yes, there are different eras in this game. Oh, where are they? Compete with attacks, special power system changes. Special power system changes. Oh, sounds complex. Rune circles are only used in X era and become obsolete due to rune dances? That's some kind of magical effect, how they block, how they throw away most of your powers when you go on a JRPG and you're swooped through some power field and end up in the past so you don't get your powers back. Woohoo! God, this is bad. Sometimes player is in ancient time. Yes, I see, with chariots and spindles. Spindles. Are we gonna create our own clothes too? Are we gonna get a clothing creation class? Are we gonna do that too? Someone has played Final Fantasy 14. And a number of others that have crafting like that. Boy! Sometimes our castles and knights. Yes, castles and knights kind of combine like that. It's just a time. Sometimes there's steam trains and typewriters. Well, I hope so. Other times the car is new, and still other times the monsters have laptops and live in skyscrapers and only do battle on stadium sport. You're gonna push it that far in the future, aren't you? Oh, that's interesting. So the monsters are humans. The monsters are us then, going through the stages of the different times. Oh boy. Okay, again, there are games that do that. Games that are 10, 15, 25, 30 years old. They usually are weird indie games, you know, when you're kind of walking through a story, and that's it. You're just kind of walking through a story. There's no real thing. There's just like, oh yeah, this area is this. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Oh, it works. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful, beautiful. And then you walk on. Good. Going further, this is head edge material bad. Someone didn't plan anything. When a player runs to an opponent, the scene shifts and HP and SP stats are shown, and battle is possible. Yes, like pretty much Pokemon and all the MMOs and JRPGs. Well, most JRPGs, because, yeah, MMOs these days have much more active fight systems. Fun, isn't it? Battle! We're going to battle. Oh my god, where are we? This is terrible. In battle mode, games tend to be third-person view, fixed camera, blah 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 blah. In battle mode, SP, yes, SP and HP meant to be shown. I know SP is, but it's probably magic or power ratio. The player will have a party of 7 non-player characters. 7. So you're gonna tell me that you create 7 monsters fighting for you in a row. Which means, on the other side, there are probably going to be 7 other monsters, or maybe one big one. Which means, every fight is going to take a long time. Because in Pokemon, a fight might be two Pokemons against two Pokemons, but only if you're fighting with someone else in the storyline, right? These fights go pretty decently fast. I think any fight with 8 versus 8 is just so long because you have to give the commands and the thing, and they have to run, and knowing these creators, the effects will stack upon each other, of course, and it just all goes to hell. Because it just gonna work. It's too complex. There's hard to access bench on each side and monsters sit. Okay, so you can bench monsters. Is immune to attacks. The bench spawns on the opposite arena. That the team spawns on. One team cannot use a monster bench. One team can bench. What station is? So wait. You bench a monster, but only there's one bench, and the bench might be on the wrong side, so you can't use it. A monster on the bench can't attack. That's another complex system, which doesn't sound like fun. Let's move on. This is kind of terrible. The player must move monsters to the bench one by one. Oh, of course. I mean, it's turn-based, I guess. And only 4 monsters can sit on each bench. Yes, player character included. Whoa, you can put yourself out in battle. This is just complicated and mess. Good. Move on, because this is not gonna work, huh? During battles, the player can switch between controlling one monster of their team to another an infinite amount of times. Okay, but only one can be controlled at a time. Oh, that's even worse. So if I get it right, you have 8 monsters, that's including yourself. And only one can actively fight another one. And with the scissor, stone, paper system, that's gonna be a lot of jumping in and jumping out. So it's like Pokemon, but worse. And I mean, Pokemon has a decent system. It's very basic if you think about it, but it works. And we're just having fun in Pokemon. This is worse. Let's move on. Okay. The other monsters by being set. The monsters the player currently controls will do nothing. Will not do anything. Do nothing. Unless the player manually presses button. So you're not giving them commands to do something. You also have a timing game. Because that's great. Choose what you rip off. There will be PvP and chat will be disabled if the player enters 13 and below. No. Rewrite that sentence. You're terrible at it. There will be PvP. Comma. Chat will be able if a player enters with an age 13 or below. You need to think about what you write. This is why people go for copywriters, because they go through sentences and they make sense of it and rewrite it to make it as short and good as possible, getting the message through. Stats. Of course I got stats. Monsters are intended to have attack, defense, critical hit rate, double critical hit rate, HP, SP, speed, range stats. Yeah, that makes sense. I can't think about that. I mean, critical hit rate and double critical hit rate, whatever. I mean, there's a double critical system then. Skills. Every monster may equip and learn. Takes time based on skill rank, so that's another system which makes it a lot more complicated. 5 skills based upon class and element. Technically, they can learn powers, like Pokemon. If the same skills are equipped by a stronger monster, the effect is better. I don't know what that is. It sounds like a very complicated system. The monsters have, in addition to 5 equipable skills, basic attack. Okay. A weak skill that has no elements or perks. Just an attack, I guess. Just hitting someone else. An ultimate, which can vary based on our class and element. Okay, tell me more. Tell me more. Darkness arrows for dusking ranged soldier. Darkness beam for dusking spellcaster. Light arrow for dawning ranged soldier. Oh, it's one of those super complicated sprawling out systems. Yeah, see what you mean. You're making a lot of work for yourself if you run something like this. It's just too much work if you're starting out. Start simple, start basic. Pokemon has a very basic setup for a reason. And even Pokemon got quite a little bit complicated in the later games. Because, you know, the amount of different types and things and weaknesses. You had to keep track of a lot of things. But in a basic core system, it was simple. This is not simple. This does not work. It's different. Yeah, I know. But it's still... Skills get time to learn when taught manually. Oh god, there's a timer too. But when taught manually, they can learn mighty skills regardless of current level. I'm silent because I'm getting a headache. Thank you. Thank you, this is just a bad idea. Next, I'm not even going in how bad it is. It's just bad. Sure. Learn Armageddon to a level 1 monster. I don't like it, whatever. In battle, skills can be learned automatically upon leveling up. Yes, that's Pokemon. However, these skills are learned at random. Random, huh? A strength based on level. So that's a problem. Random. So you don't even know or can plan ahead what your character is gonna do. It is just random. I feel good already. Next, this is not workable. Pokemon works because you can expect it. Pokemon works because you know, oh, I just need to grind up 3 levels and then this Pokemon evolves into this Pokemon and gets this power and access to this power. Random isn't fun. Monsters do not equip skills on their own. When in battle, monsters can only equip new skills when on the bench. So you have to bench them, change the skill they need to use, and then unbench them. I can accept that. Yeah, why not? I mean, it's kind of fair. That's a good thing I'm getting out of it. It's kind of fair that if you really want to change something, you need to change it in the back, not in the front. Good job. One good thing. In terms of control and layout, the left, right, or right or left side player can choose. Have the movement button? No. Let's stick to one basic scheme, please. There's a 1x6 diagonal grid on other side buttons that has selected monster skills in them. Okay, so you kinda need a phone or a device with a nice big, at least 1/6 grid system. Yeah, okay, that's. All of these are displayed at the bottom, top, side, left, or right screen. Yeah, okay. Controller function seems basic. There are many items and gear that can be obtained in-game. I hope so, because there's very little else. There's a trade system on top of the typical shop system. The shop system, of course, is the inbuilt shop with game currency. Okay, so I guess you, like Pokemon, you make money in the game. Even if it's some virtual coin you only can use in the game, but whatever, you make money in the game. Okay, cool. You got that. Enemy energies for metamorphosis can be collected via meditation and battle. And potions can be made. Now, I wonder about this. I know that the creator of this this campaign is not capable of dealing with all this. But just from the point of what's possible. So you have monsters, you can train them, you can spec them, but there's a random function in there. And somehow you get energies, which then can be used for metamorphosis. So that's the point where a monster changes from one into another. It depends on how much energy you have and what levels they are. They're not fixed on a level. You could have a monster of 25 level and then have enough energy, and you could have one of 10 NF. I see. That has potential. Being able to control when the evolution happens is interesting and has potential, but the systems have to work. Okay, next. Gear can be upgraded to 99 under 99, but it takes a lot of work and likely limit breaks. Limit breaks. Someone has been playing Final Fantasy. Endless grind. Here we are. I hate endless grind. Okay, the gear can be hidden or displayed on character. Oh, yeah, thank you. I mean, it's a simple thing. I mean, just a little flick. Gear appearance can be locked based on sex. So they want to be open. They want to be very open. They want to be very modern and offer a lot of potential. But they still control what thing you wear. So what if there's a guy who, you know, likes to wear dresses? Could happen. Maybe that's how they feel more female while still having certain, you know, male shapes and forms on the body. What if? I don't think the creator of this game even thought about that option. That maybe males also want to wear that kind of stuff, or maybe females want to wear, I don't know, a type of armor that usually males wear. Because it's more functional when it's good enough, you know, huh? It's good, right? Oh god, this is so bad. Next. Moving on. Female monsters with Lux armor. Male monsters wear the Lux armor, manly lingerie with clear chairmail underneath. Okay. So the creator likes to see sex apps. Woo! Boy, that's something new, huh? But if enough votes and then poll, cross-dressing will be permitted. Oh, you need to vote for it. So, it's a feminist game, but cross-dressing is not allowed. Does anybody here see the problem? Because I do. I know enough people who, you know, kinda like to wear certain clothes. I know people who are trans. I know people who are still in the path to go from male to female. And they like to wear women's clothes. What? Woman. I know quite a few women. I know one of those tomboys. And yes, before you ask, she's lesbian. Yes, she is. But it doesn't mean every tomboy is lesbian. It's just that she definitely is. I mean, she's going for the simple, nice clothes most male walk with. You know, where you can put stuff. What is it called? Little sacks in the side of the bags. I think she just likes that kind of style. Are you, as game creator, limit them to that and still call yourself a feminist? Good boy. Plus. Next. Story. The game begins with a chair court. Chair court, huh? Dancing chairs. The scene is composed of 2 or more characters sitting in a chair behind a tapestry. Like a throne room? 3 beautiful males. The male lead, who may be victim of the villain, a potential love interest player, etc. You don't even know. Just the creator doesn't know. 3 enemies, which are ranked 5 to 9 stars. I don't know the star system. It sounds like another complicated system. A tapestry land story takes place in. Yes. Like Pokemon, you set the world. A description of the story and era is described. I see, because you want to know precisely in what time zone you came, yes. One story is cloaked in shadow and mystery. One story is closed in... The copyright here, me pulling up. The story is cloaked in shadow and mystery. One story. If you say one story, you'd say that there are more stories. Are there more stories? Jeez. Your choice will determine your first main quest. Oh, here we got another branching path. The creator of this thing definitely has played MMOs. After completing one campaign, the scene repeats itself but with different campaigns. Played multiple times to get different stories, except if the content is bad, is their story. Some may have returning characters. I see it. Due to the nature of this system, a limited amount of the quest per campaign. Launch 30 quests for each campaign is the goal of the launch. Also, campaigns you select are the only ones that are downloaded. Oh, I kind of like the system. Yeah, I see where you're going there. You decide which storyline you want to follow, and based on that, quests open up. So it's like the phone doesn't have to download a lot of stuff, except how much storage do you need anyway? Music. It is intended to be original. I can hope so. But if you can't, just get the rights for something. And change slightly depending on era. I hope more than slightly. Though you always need some themes in it, which are also in the line. Better music is supposed to be good because, well, this is an RPG. Supposed? Good? Yeah, I'm supposed. Yeah, it's an RPG, MMO, whatever. So much work we put in the battle music, specifically. In the end, you need like one good battle music song. Again, adjustments for the era you're in. But the best music, battle music, is found in games which cost a lot to make. Oh well. Also, it's Android, so what is the quality of the music you want to put on it anyway? High quality music takes a lot of space. If you compress it to hell, it's smaller in storage and download, but you know, it's gonna sound worse. And it's a phone, so I don't think you need top quality either. Just pointing out an obvious thing. Events. There are week-long events, yes, like many MMOs. After events end, there is no event for a week. Oh, a bi-weekly event, which only goes for a week. Okay, cool. I can accept that. That sounds fun. Events you enter are the only ones that are downloaded. Again, the download system. The ID is kind of interesting. Though I always have with it, what if you finish your storyline or your event or thing and you are still planning to play the game and you are I don't know, in a train. You don't want to download it through the crappy connection you have there. Or you're on vacation. Yeah, sometimes people go on vacations and the internet is really bad. I know. So they kind of want a full game already on there. Maybe that's an option in vacation mode. Just a suggestion. There's intent, the original and semi-original holiday themed events. So no Christmas, no Thanksgiving or Halloween, but specifically created originals. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, you can always create some kind of god or goddess in that game, and that's what the Christians did, and Romans, Greek. Enough about that. Next, login bonus for every consecutive login. There's a reward. Yes, you want people to log in many times to keep them in the game. I get it. This resets at the beginning of the week. So wait, that means if someone logs in 200 times, they keep getting a reward. Weird. Okay, I'm not gonna complain. For every login, consecutive or not, there's a second reward. So you get 2 of them. Just say you got 2 of them. It's just probably got some energy or SP or recovery points. I don't complain. Generosity. There's an intent to have generous, even amounts of free premium currency early on and especially later, so the game isn't pay to win. I got bad news for you. A, this game's not coming out. B, in the end, almost every MMO or RPG that uses online functions will have some pay-to-win thing. That's just inevitable. Good. Translation. There is intent to translate the game into as many languages as possible. Wish you luck. In terms of game design, it's priority for the game to have an ethnical diverse team. Get out your bingo card. That means Latinos. Ding! African Americans. Ding! Australians. Ding! Africans. Ding! Mexicans. Ding! Portuguese. Ding! Jews. Ding! And so on. I don't know what so on means. I see what's missing. Ha! Oh, it's one of those. No. One thing about creative teams. It's not the color of their skin. It's about what's in their head. Diversity hires for diversity hiring does not make good stuff. Bad quality usually. Hiring someone because they just have the skills and abilities and the power to do something much better. So hire the person who is fit for the job. Not just because they got the right skin color. That's all I'm saying. A team mostly made of women. Diversity. Mostly made of women. Have you seen that Marvel writers team? Or the writers team for Disney? There are a lot of women there. And a lot of them are white. Diversity. But I'm not going to say more about that. We all know how it goes. At least for LGBT. Yeah, more diversity. This is just more diversity. Again, hire on merit and capability, not because someone is something. If you think that diversity is a very important part, do indeed get a diversity expert on board. But you cannot just say, well, just because you are LGBTQ, you are also great at creating art, creating music, coding. You can't say that. That, and it's tokenism anyway, huh? What weird donation were used for? I'm a one-person team. We know. Saw that. Your writing needs a copy editor who has conceptualized, designed, and created all the artwork. I've seen the artwork above. It's interesting to say the least. Scripting and storylines. Storylines. I haven't seen a story yet, and I've picked up a story yet. Scripting. Your systems are so complex and weird, and you promised them to have it, but I don't think you have it, so. Including the details for the fundraiser. Yeah, you did work at least 1-2 days on this fundraiser. I think that's about it. Oh, and the drawing. Nice you draw. I mean, I can't draw. They say everybody can draw. Look, I can't draw good enough for it to make sense that I learned more drawing skills. I'm good at words. That's my gift and my voice. No. I'm ready to bring other experts in the fold to help other friends into a mobile game. Not gonna work because things will fail. You're almost done for. The donations will make to support the donations you make to support monsters. Blah 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 blah. The title will go pay the people who make the game. Okay. Coders, translators, lawyers, and legal experts, and the like. How about artists, musicians? You're gonna need writers, because your story is going to need to be rewritten, probably. You're gonna need copy editors, because someone has to make sure your English is going to work. You're gonna need some people who are going to go through your whole project and find the weak points. The things that work, the things that don't work, the things that are possible. They probably, someone which will tell you precisely how, if something could be created in function, how much it probably is going to cost. Because things cost. You can say, I got coders. That's fine, but coders have to code. What are coders going to code? You have to make a list of priorities. You have to make a basic game shell with the most important functions working. You can build on that. That's free advice. Use it. I've seen so many systems, so many, and we have this, and we have this, and we have this. Do you even have a basic system running? Because I don't think you have. Basic systems are already quite complicated to code. Every time you add a complication, you create a layer. A new system, you create a layer. Layers affect other layers. So something you create like, well, I mean, got this system can influence another system and you don't know how or why. So then when you test it out, you find out there's something broken. That's a bug. Then you have to hunt down in the code. It can take a while for the coder to find out that system A and system Z are somehow breaking each other because they exist. This is why you build on a very basic system. And you add functionality so you know that it should be trustable. And even then, things can go wrong. Let's move on. It's 50 minutes for this video. That's kind of cool. When will this game be done? With 1 year after the final donation is made. Are you going to open it up for extra donations? Are you gonna talk legalese here? Are you doing a second fundraiser? Because technically that could spread it out. 1 year to make this game is impossible. My suggestion is, you're gonna hate me for this if you're the creator and you're listening to this. Make something simple first. Get that running. If you have to use some kind of I don't know, 2D RPG maker, whatever, do that. Try to get part of your concept in that system. Try to find out what is needed. This is going nowhere. Good, risk and challenges. Oh, that's a very short one. Risk and challenges. Transparency will be in order. That's it. You're just saying, yeah, things can go wrong, but I will be open to it. That's it. You don't even know how bad this is or what situation you're in. You don't even know how complicated a system you've created. You don't even know, even if half of your promises are done in a semi-bug free alpha release, you are probably 2 years further. This is not a simple thing. People have been on Kickstarter, and they have promised the new MMO. And they got some money, but it was never enough. They promised the new top grade JRPG with crafting. And it never got anywhere. You don't know how bad this is. And then, beyond that, the whole feminist take. That's just not gonna happen either. Call me evil on this one. But again, hiring because someone has a skin color does not mean hiring for quality. Unless that person is good at something. So you need to get people who are good at something. I have one advice before I stop. Because, I don't even have to look through anything, because it's not going to happen anyway. Start small. Make a small goal, a small project, and create a small system. That will give you experience in the future to precisely what you need. Get in contact with people who have certain skills. You cannot just go out and hire a coder. It's not like they grow trees. You're not, you could go to Fiverr, but do you really want to go to Fiverr to get a coder? You, as creator of this project, need to get on paper, very simply, a business plan. Not only a business plan, a very simple designed game. Not too many systems, not too many layers, not too many things. Everything you promise adds another layer, and layers cause problems. If you can make a simple, enjoyable game for, let's say, $2,000, and that's the money you would need just to get some assets, and get things. And you can just bring it out as some kind of nice indie game. That's a very low level indie game, of course, because 2,000 is almost nothing. But at least you got some experience with precisely what goes into it. I will end this video with this. This project will not happen. But you can make another project happen and make it smaller. Remember, small things can grow. The tree grows from a simple seed. But you cannot just make a whole tree and plant it and hope it survives. Not without the miracle power of nature itself. Have a good day.